Hey, happy Thursday. Glad that you were with us. On Tuesday, we started talking a bit about contemplation, and we tried the specific practice of palms down and palms up. The other act of contemplation that I'd like you to consider trying is journaling. And there are lots of ways to journal. So this one is specifically about contemplation. So this isn't the goal of filling out a massive journal entry. This isn't about filling out a page or multiple pages. This is really probably just filling out a couple of sentences and pausing on it. And I will confess right now that I am not and have not been a prolific or consistent journaler. Uh, but I think that's okay because, like any of these practices, I don't think you have to do them all the time, but I think you should be doing something most of the time. So if you want to journal for a handful of weeks to see how that fits, or a handful of days to see how that fits, or if it's just one of those things that pop in and out of your life, then I think you'll get some benefit from that. You won't necessarily be one of those people who can look back, of decades of their lives where they just have shelves of journals and have the joy of kind of flipping through that, which is a neat thing. But again, a thing that I know is never going to be part of my story later in life. At least I don't think it will be. Um, but you can still grab some benefits from journaling. So this is what I need you to do. I want you to find a journal. At this point, a handful of paper will do you just fine. Uh, grab grab something to write with, and I want you to write a Bible verse. Don't look it up. Paraphrase it. If you can't quite remember where it is, that's fine too. But do your best. Write down a paraphrased Bible verse as best as you can, or if you happen to have it perfectly memorized, chaptered, and versed, awesome. Write it down verbatim in the original Greek if you can. It doesn't matter. Somewhere on that spectrum. What does it mean to you? Why is that one of the ones that you know? There are thousands and thousands of Bible verses that you don't have memorized. Why this one? Why did this one come to mind? Sit with it. Reflect on it. What does it mean to you right now? When did you learn it? When was the last time that it was really significant? There's a Bible verse that I can only sort of paraphrase. It's in Philippians. I know that. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. It was a verse that used to hang on a little wooden plaque in my parents' room in the house I grew up on. I have no idea if that plaque even exists anymore, anywhere in my parents' house now. I used to say it almost like a mantra when I went to the dentist as a kid. It's one of the handful of verses that I have as close to memorized as anything. I'm a much more paraphrase guy than a memorization guy. But write something down. Reflect on it. Why is it significant? Where did you learn it? What does it tell you about God? What does it tell you about your relationship to God? Just sit with it for a few minutes. Let it steep into you. Is there something you can do with it today? Does it uplift you? Does it strengthen you? Does it encourage you? And after you've sat with it for a little bit, write one sentence, two sentences, a small little reflection underneath. Not about what it means. It's not Bible study. I don't need historic context. But what it meant to you in a moment. Maybe it's even a prayer response in words. Thank you, God, I needed this today. Period. And that's all you need to write. Or this will give me strength to get through this next activity. Or oh, this gave me a chance to reflect back on this person who was important to me, or this moment in my life that mattered to me. And then close your journal. Set your piece of paper aside and go through the day perhaps a little more grateful or a little more aware of God's presence. And try again tomorrow. And maybe it's a practice that sticks. Like I said, it never quite has for me. But I do it every now and again. That's it. That's all for me. I look forward to seeing you on our digital service on Sunday. God bless and stay safe.